Now, obviously, there are a great many conversations with mandated reporters on my channel, blowing me off and otherwise. Now, Penny Cooper is a mandated reporter. Right now, there is a video downloading. It will be done in 23 minutes. When you have somebody who is family in your corner and you're trying to turn in abuse, you don't get treated like this. You know, you guys hate the homeless so much that you're not even willing to do your jobs as a mandated reporter. The housing thing. I'm trying to turn in my predators. This is the same shit that I had to deal with over and over and over again. We'll do something when it's too late. We'll do something after it's already too late. Now, in that conversation with Marcia Estrada, with Meg and Amanda, you know, Amanda does know more than I do about a lot of this stuff. Now, obviously, the video that Leslie Snell is trying to pretend like I'm some sort of a horrible monster. Listen to the video. Listen to the whole goddamn thing. Literally, through the whole thing, I'm explaining that your narrative is wrong. Your ideas are wrong. Your violence is wrong, and it doesn't work. I can't do all of your suggestions, and there are suggestions that many of you make that I am certainly not going to take. People have been telling me that I should have shot these people and I should have shot those people right from the very beginning. It's pretty obvious by now I'm not willing to shoot people. It's pretty obvious by now that I'm doing everything I can to try to get an honest court date. It's pretty obvious by now that I am not considered a human being enough for these people to even do their jobs. There's always some excuse. That excuse needs to come out in court. It's not going to, but it is coming out in the wash. I've gone to that same building, that same exact building that I go and meet Marcia Estrada and Penny Cooper at. I have been to that same building for 5 years. 5 years. It started off with Tamara, who obviously does exist. Now, obviously, Marcia has a different opinion of Tamara than I do. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. She's still a witness. She quit her job after hearing my story of what I had gone through before Natalie was even killed. She quit her job to make sure that her son won't have to go through that. That's Tamara. And you can see all of the things that I have to go through without a Tamara. Tamara was badass. She knew her job. She understood autism. So here I am trying to turn in my predators. Still, I shouldn't have had to go to Scott DaCosta at all after calling the Nebraska State Patrol in 2018 over what they had done. But they straight up did not care and made no effort to investigate. And the recording that's going to pop up in just about 18 minutes, you're going to get to hear me and Penny arguing. Is she or is she not a mandated reporter? Meanwhile, this judicial abuse has been going on for a while because I don't have a mother like Tamara. I don't have family like Tamara. We got me into housing here. Tamara helped to do that. You see how this works? I am cut off from being able to do anything about this without help. I can't even go to the courthouse. Everybody wants to redirect, anything except look at the evidence. If she can't make it on Monday, that ain't my fault. The fact that it's going to screw me because I won't be able to do anything about this without someone acting as my fucking guardian, and that's what it is at this point. I need a guardian. With all of you trying to get rid of guardianship, look at what happens when you don't have a guardian to go in with you. Look at how you were blown off and told to move on, move here, move there. Your solution is to uproot me repeatedly. I'm already uprooted. I've spent literally tens of thousands of dollars to get help from people who took advantage of me. It's obvious I've got the evidence. It's obvious I'm telling the truth. The evidence that could put Scott DaCosta away in prison for the rest of his life is on my YouTube. Leslie Snell has committed multiple felonies herself. But it's fine, isn't it? As long as you look away, or there's always some excuse why you can't. I can't turn any of this in to a mandated reporter or any law enforcement agency unless I have someone in my corner, actually in my corner. Penny Cooper has been explained all of the things that are preventing us from being able to do the housing thing. It's not like I have been dishonest with her about that. Now, the video that's about to pop up, well, at the very end of it, she finally admits that she's a mandated reporter, but you can tell she really don't want to admit it. I don't need your permission in the state of Nebraska to record anything at all. However, unlike these cherry pickers who want to take part of a really big picture and then they want to zoom in on the one little part that they can try to twist and manipulate to make it okay that they did what they did. It's called framing. It is not justice. It is not moral. And it's not legal. But then again, everything illegal is actually legal if no one cares. That's why there are so many homeless women raped. Because nobody cares. You get a guy who says, "Oh yeah, I care about you. I care about you. You know, I'm just looking out for your best interest. Come on over to my place." And then he does whatever he wants to you. Now, the first 3 or 4 times you go to the cops, you're hoping they'll do something. But here's the thing, you're homeless. That dude is paying rent. He's more human than you. Also, in order to gain access to him, they have to wait for him to come out of his house. Whereas you, they can come harass you at any point in time. You're homeless. You have nowhere to go. Without a guardian, none of these people are going to do anything about this. Penny says she has COVID. Maybe she does. Maybe she doesn't. In either case, it's not my fault, and it's not my choice, and it's not my decision. Let me see. Tommy Boxes wrote, if you got vaccinated, then you wouldn't be mandated. Yeah, that is neither here nor there. A mandated reporter has nothing to do with being vaccinated or not. And then someone calling themselves Wilma Dickfoot typed, "Are you related to Cyrax?" I created this YouTube channel to get justice for us. I created this YouTube channel to show what's really going on, to show how we are treated, how the term mentally ill is used to prevent people from even being allowed to defend themselves against their predators. Move along, move along, move along, move along. Now, I explained to these people that just moving is not going to do me any good. I need a support network. I need help stopping the abuse. Someone calling themselves Vital wrote, "What is a mandated reporter?" Well, we'll look that up for you. I made a video about mandated reporters already. Nebraska state law requires that any person who believes a child has been or is being abused or neglected make a report. The identity of the person who made the report is confidential and cannot be released. State law also requires that all reports that meet the definition of abuse and neglect are assessed. Now, obviously, I'm not schizophrenic. Obviously, I'm showing you the actual events. I don't just talk about these things, I show them. Now, here's the thing about the elder laws. The elder laws are the same as the child abuse laws. And if you're disabled, you fall under the elder laws. These laws are the same no matter what. Here it says what states are mandated reporters. Let's see. What do mandated reporters have to report? You must make a report to Communities and Justice, DCJ, when you have current concerns about the safety, welfare, and being of a child for any of the following reasons. And of course, it leaves out half the article. What qualifies as a mandatory reporter? Now, in the state of Nebraska, all of you are mandated reporters, all of you. Let's see, what qualifies as a mandatory reporter? Those required by law to file are considered mandated reporters. Those professionals can include healthcare providers, mental health providers, crisis counselors, school personnel, social workers, daycare providers, and law enforcement personnel, among others. All of the people that I'm trying to turn in as mandated reporters fall under those. Healthcare providers, mental health care providers, crisis counselors, school personnel, social workers, daycare providers, and law enforcement personnel. Now, then there's the fact that these mandated reporters have positions of power. Obviously, they're healthcare providers, mental health providers, crisis counselors, school personnel, social workers, daycare providers, and law enforcement personnel. All of these people, if they don't do their jobs as mandated reporters, can abuse their position to prevent you from being able to turn them in. Marcia Estrada could have a severe panic attack tonight and go, man, I better do something. I better do something. I better do something. I broke the law. I better do something. He is trying to turn in this abuse, and I better do something. Eureka! Maybe if I change my mind and say that he's schizophrenic, it'll make it all go away. Well, that would be a felony. Marcia Estrada is aware of that. I need help stopping the abuse. That doesn't work when I am illegally prevented from doing these things myself and then told I have to do it myself. Now, obviously, after 5 years to go into that same building and all they got is a name change and eventually new personnel, obviously, I would have rather gotten help than post this shit on the internet. Obviously, I would have rather gotten help in 2017. Obviously, I would have rather gotten help in 2018 and 2019 and 2020 and 2021. But the simple fact of the matter is, I am not a human being to any of these people. I am a hobo who needs to move on. When you are abused, you go to a mandated reporter. They're supposed to do something other than blow you off and do the move along thing. And that is literally what this is. Move along, move along, move along. Now, if I go to any of these other places, I got to try to make new friends, and I'm scared shitless of people. I got to uproot and absolutely start over and stay in an apartment in a place where law enforcement has already shown that they're willing to commit felonies. Scotts Bluff, they committed felonies. Lincoln, they committed felonies. Here, they committed felonies. Garden County, they committed felonies. Meanwhile, why is it these departments keep getting into trouble? Why is it that, Michelle Quinn, for example, Scott DaCosta told Michelle Quinn that I was schizophrenic. That allows them to do whatever they want and say whatever they want, and it must magically be true. But then again, her deputies are pretty crooked too. And what did Michelle Quinn do in Garden County? She beat the hell out of her girlfriend. I have to be afraid to go to law enforcement because law enforcement didn't do their jobs. You get to hear with all these people, all of their excuses for not doing their jobs. It won't work. It won't work. It won't work. It won't work. It's probably not going to work. You got like a 2% chance of, you know what? I got less than a 2% chance of winning. I have a 0% chance of winning because I'm not allowed to defend myself. And here's Vital typing something that, should I be pissed off at him for being honest? He typed, maybe if you trimmed your beard. See? It's about looks. If you change your physical appearance, then people will listen to you. It's got nothing to do with the law. It has to do with what you've been taught. Ugly people must be this, must be that. People who are not physically attractive must be this and must be that. This person typed the Church of Four, types, what's all this about? It's about 5 years of abuse and 5 years of neglect, 5 years of judicial misconduct, 5 years of gaslighting, 5 years of speaking out about how we are actually treated and showing how we are actually treated. Now, my other video ought to be about up, so I'm going to end this one. Vital type, just a thought, but yes, appearance matters, sad but true.